Hello, and welcome to Gus Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series, we use German missions from the game Firefight to illustrate World War II German tactics at the company level and below. In this campaign, we are playing through Operation Barbarossa as the Germans, with 9 battles over the course of June and July 1941. In this episode, Opening Salvos at the Crossroads at Zuyevka begin the German advance against the bewildered Russian forces guarding the border before they have a chance to retaliate. In the last episode, we planned the opening salvos at Crossroads at Zuyevka and decided on a right flanking attack. German infantry and panzers advanced on the right flank and contacted a Soviet BT-7 and a 45mm anti-tank gun. The Germans have called in artillery. Let's continue the battle. The anti-tank rifle moves forward to get a firing angle on the BT-7. Los Ende, reports the artillery observer. Accurate German radio chatter. 400 meters right. The artillery observer calls adjustments to the fall of shot. Let's review the reinforcements. Unit 12 is a Panzer IV Ausführung E, equipped with a 7.5cm KWK-37 L24 gun and MG-34 machine guns. It is commanded by Unteroffizier Kramer. Unit 13 is also a Panzer IV with the same loadout. It is commanded by Lieutenant Engelhardt. 200 meters left, calls the artillery observer. The mortar moves to fire for effect. This should keep the BT-7's crew's heads down while the Germans maneuver. The next artillery round. 100 meters right, calls the artillery observer. The mortar ceases fire with 52 rounds remaining. The Germans remain in position until the artillery has spoken.
Links 50, kommen. Links 50, Ende.
The Panzerjäger moves up.
Ende.
On target.
Wirkungsfeuer, kommen. Feuer einstellen. Wirkungsfeuer, Ende. Feuer einstellen, Ende.
The last round destroys the Soviet 45mm anti-tank gun. The artillery moves to fire for effect, but the observer cancels the mission with 11 rounds HE remaining. Very impressive. The BT-7 remains a threat. The Panzer IVs move up as firing breaks out.
Panzergranate laden.
The BT-7 is on the move.
Geladen. Feindkontakt. Panzergranate laden.
Haltet die Augen offen.
Geladen. Feuer anzeigen.
Runter!
Lieutenant Gunther's Panzer IIIG is
Holt
knocked
uns
out,
hier raus!
and 2 crew killed by shell splinters. The anti-tank rifle has the shot and destroys the BT-7 with an anti-tank bullet through the superstructure lower front.
Geht in Deckung!
The Panzer III kicks off. Unteroffizier Held's infantry squad is in a firefight with Soviet infantry opposite. Lieutenant Schilling's Panzer III moves up to the main road. The Granatwerfer opens a fire mission.
Feuereinsatz. Kommen.
Das war knapp!
Feuereinsatz.
It seems the Russians have the same idea. Held orders his squad to withdraw back through the woods.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Den Weg.
The Panzer IVs engage the Soviets as they advance to East Hill.
Den Weg.
With Lieutenant Schilling's Panzer III in position, the infantry advance through the woods on East Hill. A mortar duel south of the Crossroads. Held was right to withdraw. Let's see if we can locate the rough position of the mortar.
Granate laden. Geladen. Feuer.
There, northwest of the Crossroads, just to the east of Twin Peaks. This Soviet artillery is adjusting. The Granatwerfer opens counter-battery fire against the suspected Soviet mortar position.
Feuereinsatz. Kommen. Feuereinsatz. Ende. Brenngranate laden. Geladen.
The Panzer III moves off to a flank. Russian artillery is targeting the woods on East Hill. Time to move. That last Russian shell killed the remaining members of Lieutenant Gunther's tank crew.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen.
Soviet artillery fires again. They are definitely targeting the woods.
Feuer. Den Weg.
The Panzer III fires at troops. possibly the 45mm gun crew. Granatwerfer rounds are landing on the suspected Soviet mortar position. That should suppress them for a while. The main Soviet positions appear to be south of the Crossroads. Let's make that an artillery target.
Feuereinsatz, kommen! Feuereinsatz, Ende!
The Panzer IVs move up to the main road.
Schuss, kommen! Schuss, Ende!
Укрытие! Infanterie gesichtet!
100 rechts, kommen! 100 rechts, Ende!
Lieutenant Peterson's infantry squad has located and is firing on a Soviet anti-tank rifle squad. The enemy withdraw under fire.
Wie gefällt euch das? Unter Beschuss! Das!
All of a sudden, a machine gun opens up from the church near the Crossroads. Lieutenant Peterson is killed by a bullet to the chest.
Feuereinsatz, kommen!
The Granatwerfer targets the enemy machine gun nest. Unteroffizier Freitag and Lieutenant Schreiber's infantry squads move to flanking positions on the church.
Sehe unter Beschuss! Abstand halten! Verlöscht!
Peterson's team comes under fire again.
Schuss, kommen! Schuss, Ende!
The Panzers advance from the east towards the windmill on North Hill.
Wirkungsfeuer, kommen! Wirkungsfeuer, Ende!
German artillery has the range and moves to fire for effect. Russian mortars fall on Freitag's former position.
Sehe unter Beschuss!
The Panzer IVe moving through the woods has broken down.
Deckung!
Schuss, kommen! Schuss,
Deckung!
Ende!
German artillery fire smashes into the Soviet infantry positions. The rearmost squad is another 45mm anti-tank gun. Schumacher on Peterson's squad MG34 takes it under fire.
Deckung! Sehe unter Beschuss!
The Granatwerfer targets the 45mm anti-tank gun.
Feuereinsatz,
and Lieutenant Engelhardt's Panzer IV knocks out a Soviet BT-5 tank near the Crossroads. The Panzers advance, and German artillery opens a smoke mission on the Soviet machine gun nest in the church steeple. The Soviet 45mm anti-tank gun is still firing despite heavy casualties. Dietrich, in Peterson's squad, is severely wounded by shrapnel in the right leg. The artillery adjusts the smoke rounds. The infantry will assault the machine gun nest under cover of smoke and from a flank. Ziegler, in Peterson's squad, is wounded by shrapnel in the left hand. Peterson's squad is just about to pull back when another shell from the Soviet 45mm anti-tank gun kills Ziegler, Bath and Voigt. Lieutenant Engelhardt's Panzer IV-E takes the objective. The Soviet mortar continues to fire. Doctrinally, one role for Panzers is to destroy enemy artillery in depth of the attack. Lieutenant Schilling's Panzer III-G sets off to do this. The Granatwerfer has 24 rounds remaining and opens another fire mission on the 45mm anti-tank gun.
Sie sind zu viele. Nimm das. Bin auf dem Weg.
Schilling locates the Soviet mortar.
Wirkungsfeuer, kommen! Wirkungsfeuer, Ende!
And puts it out of action. The artillery smoke mission fires.
Nimm das.
Unteroffizier Freitag and Lieutenant Schreiber's infantry squads commence the penetration of the Soviet position at the Crossroads. The Granatwerfer switches fire to suppress the machine gun nest.
Feuereinsatz, kommen! Feuereinsatz, Ende!
Held's infantry squad moves up to put pressure on the Soviet infantry position.
Nimm das. Nimm das. Deckung! In Deckung!
The open-topped Panzerjäger withdraws as the Panzer IV-E puts suppressing fire on the Soviet machine gun.
Feuer einstellen. Ende. Feuereinsatz. Kommen. Feuer.
Brauche Munition! Brauche Munition! Bin auf dem Weg! Schon auf dem Weg! Hier, nimm! Hier, nimm! Bin getroffen! In Deckung!
Neumann, in Freitag's infantry squad, is severely wounded by a bullet in the abdomen. Lieutenant Schilling's Panzer IIIG moves up to the Crossroads and puts fire on Soviet infantry west of the church. Victory! Opening salvos. Begin the German advance against the bewildered Russian forces guarding the border before they have a chance to retaliate. German forces, 69 survived, 2 wounded, 8 killed, 1 vehicle lost. Soviet forces, 42 survived, 4 wounded, 20 killed, 2 vehicles lost, 1 anti-tank gun lost. You did very well in quickly capturing the objective and took very few losses, although there was only light opposition. Your commanders rate your performance as good. 2 gold stars. So, what did we learn? 3 lessons. First, scouting forward was important in locating the 45mm gun and BT-7 before the Soviets detected the German advance. Always conduct some level of reconnaissance before rushing into battle. Second, artillery was very effective in destroying the 45mm gun and suppressing other enemy units during the remainder of the battle. Use artillery sparingly but effectively to suppress or destroy key enemy units. Third, the Panzer IV breakdown was a predictable own goal, as I ordered the Panzer IV through the woods. While I did not lose the tank, it played no further part in the battle. Whenever I talk about terrain-constraining movement, this is what I mean. Finally, unlike my prediction, the Soviets did not use the high ground above the crossroads, but located their troops in the low ground on natural fire lanes, such as roads. I wonder if this is significant. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.